Herogasm was really oversold. They made it seem like it was going to be the bee's knees of vile television, which I believe the series in general holds the crown of, but this episode was run-of-the-mill vile. Just gotta say. Welcome to Voice of the Fat Mantis, and we are breaking down episode 6 of season 3 of The Boys. We're gonna do this character by character, but before we dive in too deep, I would love it if you smash that like button, give us a comment, and share this with everyone. Everyone needs to know about how awesome the Fat Mantis is. Moving along, character by character, we're starting with Soulja Boy. Love Soulja Boy's addition to the crew. This is very different from the comic. I believe we are entering a period in this show where comic book readers will not be able to predict what's happening. Too many storylines are going off the rails. Particularly with, there seem to be adding children all the time that weren't originally in the comic. All sorts of stuff, but particularly with Soulja Boy, his part has grown. He didn't have this radioactive power in the comic. It's cool. I like it. I'm liking this Winter Soldier thing that they've added to it. But basically, it's becoming its own story, which is fine because the show seems to be doing a better job at telling us the story of the boys than the comic originally did. But anyway, Soulja Boy's wonderful. I love how disgusting he is in terms of just like, he's a super bravado American, unapologetic, and probably is a scumbag when it comes to the ladies. Yeah, well, that Cosby joke that they made, oh man. I love his dated references, but instead of the 40s, which are references we would never get, they have it the 80s, because he at least lived to the 80s before he was put on ice. Great stuff, loving where this happens. Will he kill Homelander? Probably not. Will he depower Homelander? I think that's on the table. I would love to see, at least for just a few episodes, Homelander gets to see what it's like to be mortal. He got a taste of that at the end of this episode after that amazing fight that went down. I love that scene where he's staring into the mirror and he just has that bruise, man. You feel for him, even though he's a total psychopath. It's crazy. Now, we know that the power removal is only temporary, and we're already getting hints at that when we look at Kamiko. Kamiko is clearly getting her powers back. You cannot break that many bones on a human without some sort of level of super strength. And the fact that they kept hitting her wounds and she was still able to get on it means that her pain receptors are dulling. I honestly believe within an episode or two, she will be fully a mutant again, or soup, or whatever they call them in this world. I'm all about it. I do like that little mini story going on there. Next is my man, Black Noir. He stole this episode for me. I love everything about Black Noir, especially since they took away his comic book story, that he's a clone of Homelander and just never takes off his mask. Hate that. Some people think that plot line is off the table. I don't. I think it might still be on the table. And here's what it is. They can always replace the black guy who is Black Noir with the clone later down the line. If he never takes off his mask, they're never checking to see who he is. So that is still a possibility. I don't like that twist in the comic, and I do like this Black Noir better. I loved when they were making fun of Gal Gadot. Poor lady in her Imagine video. I mean, even I still make fun of her on this channel with it, so I guess it's fair and on the table, but I guess Gal Gadot ain't enjoying the boys anymore after that scene. And at the end, when he pulls out the cue card, and he's like, instead of singing his line, love it. And I love that he let Homelander think that he was his boy, and he was 1,000% behind him. But when he finds out that Soulja Boy's coming to kill him, he quickly gets on the elevator, cuts his own tracking device out, and vanishes. Not to worry, our man Black Noir is not a coward. I have a theory about this. I believe that he is strategically forcing Soulja Boy to get assassinated by him. If you look at the members of Payback, all of them are dead or immobilized or taken care of, except for Brainwave and Black Noir. If Black Noir vanishes, the only person Soulja Boy can go after is Mindwave, Brain Scan. Psychic dude. He has to show up to him. So if Black Noir goes to him, hides in an assassination spot, and just waits for Soulja Boy to turn up, it will absolutely happen. He can guarantee he's going to be there. And I think that is the ninja tactic that my man Black Noir is doing. Love it. So happy about this. Let's talk about this relationship. Huey and Starlight breaking up. It's slowly happening, and every episode they're fighting, and I'm not about it. The show is better when those two lovebirds are together. I know there has to be drama. I'm like feeling the pains of their breaking up. They give me hope for humanity. They were the only light in this very dark show. So if they break up, we're hitting the apocalypse at this point. Now, obviously it's only going to be for a short time, but I guess it has to happen so the characters can grow as people. Now, I always thought that Starlight's outburst would be a physically violent one and she would explode, but instead she has abandoned being a superhero and become basically a viral content creator that's just going to make videos, like impromptu videos, talking smack about the Seven and Vought. It checks out. I mean, that's what young ladies do nowadays, right? That's what, basically, you angry? There used to be a day when a woman was angry at her boyfriend, she would light his car on fire, at least the girls I date. But in this day and age, you're angry at your boyfriend, you yap about it on TikTok, so seems to check out. A-Train and some of the other villains within this organization is where I'm going to close on this one. And I gotta say, I don't understand this redemption arc, and what it is that he is only able to redeem himself so much. Now, what he ended up doing with Blue Hawk is he ended up killing a man who viciously attacked his community and put his brother in a wheelchair. That's not any redemption move. That's clear revenge. Anyone should do that. It's called being a good family member. If someone put my brother in a wheelchair, well, guess what would happen? Probably something similar to what we saw on the screen. So that certainly is not a redemption act. It is possible that A-Train's story has come to an end and he is dead, which is a shame. I like the boys ending for A-Train, which I'll tell you, while chained up on a rooftop, Huey gets pissed at him, and while under the influence of V, kicks him so hard his head pops off and reaches orbit like a football. I was hoping to kind of see that. Instead, they might end it here. And really, we got to talk back about this fight. So the three-way fight between Butcher and Homelander, and it's a four-way fight, actually, and Huey and Soulja Boy was just remarkable. It's the best fight I've seen all season on any of these shows. Forget Star Wars, Star Trek, any of these science fiction shows, superhero stuff, anything I've seen. It was definitely better than anything I saw on Moon Knight. I really loved it. And the best thing about it is not just the fighting and the action, but the pathos. Everyone had true emotional pathos in it. You could feel the rage, the built-up anger. Finally, we get to see Butcher kicking Homelander's ass. He wasn't for the entire fight. He was going to lose. If it was 1-on-1, he would have lost it. But being able to see him just finally actually pop off on this psycho, just watching Homelander take it to the point where he has to retreat is... It was breathtaking. It was absolutely breathtaking. Ultimately, I'm loving this show, and I love this episode. Each episode is getting better and better. We only have 2 left in the season. What are your predictions? What are your comments? What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Do you think A-Train's story has come to an end? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Voice of the Fat Mantis for all nerd reviews, interviews, crazy content, and all the nerd news that's fit to print. Until next time, ciao for now.